foremost, as usual, before I begin with this lesson, I want to start it off by giving all the glory and infinite praises to the true and the only living powers in the names of Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakah HaKadash, double honors to the elders and the apostles, great millstone who I'm taught and do learn this truth 100% from. Peace and blessings be to all you Wa'akwathem who are serving Yahweh Shema Shah, sincerity, hoping for mercy, as well as salvation in these latter days, man. To you I say Shalom, and Yahweh Shema Shah Brakathon. Right, and speaking of mercy, right, and salvation in these latter days, something that was in my spirit to do a quick in transit on was miracles, man. Alright, and the reason that I wanted to go into this topic was because I was meditating on, because when I get on my Instagram, it's like when I get on my Instagram, I see a whole lot of judgment. Alright, judgment in various different forms, man. And I've been seeing a lot of people getting their ass jacked up by the teeth of wild beasts. As the scripture says, pursuant to the book of Sirach, the 39th chapter. And I wish I could bring it out, but my other phone that I use from time to time to bring precepts out, that joint dead on me, man. And this charger that I got, this shit pretty slow. So, I'ma just, quote it. But pursuant to Sirach, the 39th chapter, it goes into how the Lord uses the teeth of wild beasts for judgment, man. Right? Unto the wicked. When I get on my Instagram, I be seeing, like I seen a video, one of the videos, and I seen a couple brothers doing lessons on it that's been circulating the web, was that Edomite getting his ass flung into the air by that bison, and that was spiritual, man, because you really don't ever, and I ain't saying you don't got cases, cases where it happens, because I'm pretty sure it do happen, right? And especially going into these times, which is another reason why I wanted to get into this lesson, because even though you don't really see Jake getting fucked up by the teeth of wild beasts like that, that don't mean that it ain't getting ready to happen. Jake is getting ready to get it, bro. Right? In all type of different aspects. We going to the famine. The IDF troops. We go into all these other different, scenarios that the Lord is going to use to judge Jake. And one of those things that the Lord is going to use is the teeth of wild beasts. It's going to be niggas out here getting ate up by dogs. Jake is going to be out here getting, the business from these, zoo animals and shit. Because what you think is going to happen when, the power shut down, the economy collapse, and these animals is being, unattended to in these zoos. Animals that can find, the Lord will put the spirit on them animals to escape, man. This is what niggas don't realize. It don't matter how tall them fences is or whatever they hiding behind, man. The Lord will find a way, or the Lord will put the spirit on them animals to find a way to get up out of them cages, man. Alright? Or what if the Lord put the spirit on Esau just to let them loose? Because they want chaos in the streets. They want this shit to, be like a damn apocalyptic movie, and ultimately it will be. Alright, we're getting ready to see shit out here that you would see, like, what's that movie, Legend? Will Smith, how you seen the lions, the little lion pride, he was getting ready to smoke a deer. And once he was getting ready to creep up on him and get the deer, a lioness came out of nowhere and tackled that motherfucker. You know what I mean? And he backed up instantly, because he already know what it was. It's gonna be Jake out here, and the scriptures goes into it, which is, it likens, how you can't escape from judgment. In Amos, the 5th chapter, all right, it goes into, the terrible day of the Lord. You may flee from a lion, and then once you get away from the lion, it's a bear. All right, once you get away from the bear, you going to somewhere to catch your breath, because you did all this running from these, wild animals that'll eat your ass up in a heartbeat, and you lean your hand on the wall to catch your breath, and a venomous snake bite you. And like I said, that was just going into, you not being able to escape the hand of the Most High, right? But that's gonna be real life shit, though. Jake might be out in the wilderness, because brothers is gonna find themselves in all type of different positions, uncomfortable ass positions at that. You're gonna have certain brothers that's gonna be in the wilderness, and you may be out there and getting away from some troops or something, right? And the Lord send a grizzly bear to start mauling their ass, bro. 2 or 3 grizzly bears will start mauling a damn cannibal gang or something like that, man. Right? The Lord is always using, this ain't far-fetched, the Lord has always used animals to bring forth some type of miracle, so to speak, man. Like when Elijah, he was, I might have to read the story over again, but you had them badass baby kids calling him, get thee up the way, bald head. You know what I'm saying? And he was like, oh yeah? And he prayed to the Most High, he cursed him. And the Most High sent a she-bear to tear their ass in pieces, man. Another example, the Lord using ravens. Who was it Elijah or Elisha? I think it's in the book of Samuel. But the Lord had used ravens to bring, one of his servants food, man. We know that Esau was on the push towards this new order of the Enterprise, and we're not gonna get down with the system. That's not even a question. At least I don't want to side, because they gonna push so they gonna push the squeeze, man. Where brothers is gonna be very uncomfortable, and you're gonna have to make that conscious decision on, saying fuck it. All your chips in with the Lord, and that should be your mindset now. Right? That should already be your mindset. Your eggs in one basket. Right? Ain't no plan B in this thing, man. Right? You should already know to forsake this shit. Be ready to let this shit go whenever that time comes, man. Alright? So with that being said, we're not gonna be stable in this society. Alright? Brothers is gonna be put in different situations. Shit, the Lord might just have a brother in a situation where, somebody go and take the chick, and they just, and since you was cool, you mind your business, you was cool with them, you looked out for them, you was being a good Samaritan, so to speak. They look out for you, and they go to the grocery stores to get you shit. You just kicking back. It could be like that, or the Lord can have it to where you out in the wilderness. You know what I'm saying? And the Lord, send birds, or you could be out in the city. The Lord send, a flock of birds to go into the damn store, because there's been times where I done seen it, not in person, but I done seen it on videos, just surfacing the web, where a bird, will be just stumble his way in the grocery store and then fuck around and take a loaf of bread or something out. That's scripture. The Lord has sent ravens to bring one of his servants meat and bread, man. So even though the Lord is gonna be using these animals to not only fuck Jacob, they gonna be fucking these heathens up too. You be seeing it happening with Edomites big time, man. I be seeing them Elamites too. You know, I seen a little Elamite boy. They was recording this shit and everything, man. That's how you know the Lord cold, man. The Lord will have it to where you can just watch a motherfucker get ate up by a crocodile right there on your Urim and Thummim. You know, that motherfucker, I guess, drowned him or whatever. He was lifeless in dude's mouth. You know, and the crocodile was just slanging his ass around because, you know, they'll grab you and they'll, you know what they be doing to basically rip pieces off you. You know what I mean? Because they can't just eat you whole or nothing, so they rip pieces off you. And that's what that motherfucker was doing. I remember a brother even sent it to me on Instagram. You know, I seen another video where that hoe was eating his leg. You know, the only thing that they recovered was the little dude's head, man. You know, I've seen videos like that of shit in Mexico. You know what I'm saying? Crocodile swimming and just floating in the river with a body in his mouth. You know what I'm saying? Man, it's all type of shit. You know, I done seen videos of cougars. What they call them, pumas. You know, fucking Edomites up, huh? Shit, again, we can be out there getting chased by a mob or something. And the Lord just send a tiger from at the zoo on somebody and start mauling their ass, man. Right? Or you could think that you can be running and think that the grizzly bear finna run after you. And the whole time it go and attack a motherfucker behind you. You didn't even know that was behind you, man. You know what I'm saying? And so it's all type of ways that the Lord can show miracles. You know what I'm saying? With the beasts of the field, man. Alright, because when you read in Job, when you read in Job, the 5th chapter, the Lord said we was gonna be in league with the beasts of the field, man. Right? Meaning we was gonna be at peace and at harmony. You know, that's far-fetched to a lot of people, but Daniel and the lions den, man. Right? Daniel was at harmony with the lions in the den, man. Right? And who was it? Was it Nebuchadnezzar? He had purposely starved the lions for 2 days so that when he had threw Daniel into that den, you know, he was expecting them to tear Daniel up, man. Tear his ass up. But the Lord, when you read in what's that story, man? I think it's Bill and the Dragon. If I am mistaken, it might be Bill and the Dragon. Or maybe the letter of Jeremiah. I don't forgot. I'm gonna have to lock in with that too again. But the Lord has sent an angel down to shut the mouth of the lions, man. Right? Basically put the spirit on them not to attack Daniel, man. Alright, showing you that the Lord is in control of everything, man. Ain't nothing that go on. The scriptures even say in the book of Matthew that not even a sparrow drop out of the sky. You know what I'm saying? Don't die without the Lord ordaining it and knowing that it took place, man. Alright? The Lord is all knowing, and the Lord is in control of everything, man. Alright, so this is the type of mindset that you gotta take in that time, man. Right? Having a miracle mindset, because if you don't think that way, alright, you damn sure not gonna be stable, man. Alright? You're gonna have a lot of jakes that's gonna get carnal, right? Due to not believing in these miracles, like one body and, you know, them one body niggas, man. Niggas don't believe that the miracles took place. We got a lot of these other camps that don't even teach about the miracles. So what do you niggas have your faith in? Because I got my faith in Yahweh shall provide the miracles, because that's gonna be the only way we're gonna get about this bitch, man, alive and unscathed, man. So, you know, with that being said, I'm gonna go ahead and close it out, man. Adam Ratazah. You know, this lesson was exhorting as well as edifying to the hopeful ears of the elect, right? Or to the ears of the hopeful elect, Salaki. So with that being said, Shalom, Yahweh Shema Shabbat.